Oh, yeah. I told her she tried to dress me. I said, okay, let me get my shit. Let me go to college.
Good morning. The March 16th, 2026 work session of the Douglas County Board of Commissioners will come to order. Welcome, citizens of Douglas County. County Clerk, please take the roll for the record.
Okay, thank you, Chairman. Commissioner Henry Mitchell III, District 1.
Present.
Commissioner Whitney Kenner Jones, District 2.
Present.
Commissioner Martin Raxon, District 3. He is at ACCG training, so he won't be here this morning. And then Commissioner Vice Chair Mark Alvarez, he is also at training. And then Chairman Dr. Ramona Jackson Jones.
Present. Thank you so much, Madam Clerk. Madam Clerk, did we have anyone sign up for public comment today?
Yes, ma'am, we
Okay.
have one person.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, before I call you up, just remember there's a 3-minute time limit. The buzzer will go off in like 2 minutes and 45 seconds, so please go ahead and wrap up your comments at that time. And the speaker is L.A. Pink. And repeat your name and address when you address the podium.
That's L.A. Pink. I am a Douglasville resident. I come here today, and I think you guys need to get a time clock of what I witnessed of a parent that I had begged to come to this meeting to give out her information that she was getting, and thinking that one of you would contact her, show some compassion or some love to what was going on with her, being that we do have someone that is in our neighborhood running loose, that is a murderer, that had killed her son. So I didn't come here to take time, but I did come here to put you guys on notice that I want to take your jobs. Because what we witnessed, and you guys never moved, never even got up off of your bench to show the woman no love, to even just stop. Y'all sent y'all guards to attack her for grieving. Now keep in mind, we have a mother, a grieving mother, lost a son. We had the coroner tell her that this wasn't self-defense. We had the DA tell her that her son was shot 4 times in the back of the head. But then we had the sheriff say that the DA was lying, that that didn't happen. Then she comes to the Board of Commissioners, and y'all have her attacked by officers. What a slap in the community's face. This message today is not to y'all, it's to the community. For them to be aware that each one of you that sit up here on this board cannot care about us. Because if you did, instead of having your guards attack her, throw her down to the ground because of some time that we can't even see. We don't even know what time it is right now. Where the clock at? Get you a clock that we can see, so we'll know our time when it's up. So I think that you guys should really go and brief yourself for the community. And the community should be packed in here right now for what they witnessed and seen. I am embarrassed. I'm ashamed. And never would I would have thought that it would have came to Douglasville. Now, people done said many things that Douglasville was corrupt. And I defended you. But never again. Because what I witnessed today will never, ever happen to another parent. Know that. That's my time. It's up.
All right, thank you so much for coming in today. All right, Madam Clerk, anyone else?
No, ma'am, that was it.
All right, thank you. We're going to move on to the agenda adoption. Board of Commissioners, there was an item that was inadvertently left off the agenda that needs to be added this morning. And County Clerk, could you please read the agenda item?
Yes, ma'am. Authorization to enter into a recruitment agreement with Phaedon International U.S. Incorporated to conduct a search to identify a transportation manager for the Douglas County Department of Transportation up to the amount of $25,000 and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review.
Okay. Thank you so much, Madam Clerk. Commissioners, are there any other changes that need to be made to the agenda this time?
Yes, Madam Chair. I spoke with my other colleagues who are not here in agenda item number 35. We're asking for that one to be deferred to the next agenda because they have comments and information that they'd like to weigh in.
Okay. All right, so with that being said, we will call a motion to defer the agenda item number 35. So if you could, Commissioner Kenneth-Jones, if you could call a motion.
Madam Chair, you actually have two changes.
Okay.
Motion to adopt the agenda with the addition of the one from
Yeah, I
the
was going to
clerk.
do that one.
Okay.
But I can
You can
flip
do
it
it.
back.
I was going to do them all together.
You could do it in one motion.
Okay, yes. Okay, Commissioner Kenneth-Jones, would you please call the motion?
Madam Chair, I move to amend the agenda to add the recruitment item for transportation and to defer agenda item 35 to the to the March 30th, 2026 meeting.
All right, we have a motion. Do we have a second? Second. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion, board? We have a motion and a second. All in favor, please indicate by raising your right hand. We have a 3-0 vote, and the motion carries. All right, with no opposition. We're going to move on to, at this time, Board of Commissioners, do we have, we just approved the agenda, so we're going to move on to the next item. As a reminder, each commissioner has 3 minutes to make remarks and 2 minutes for rebuttal. Next on the, we have be prepared tomorrow, Board of Commissioners, regarding our meeting minutes. Please review those minutes before tomorrow and be prepared to approve or deny accordingly. Also, we will have the financial report. Be prepared to adopt the financial budget report for the month of February 2026 in tomorrow's meeting. Also, we have a proclamation tomorrow proclaiming March 18, 2026 as Transit Employee Appreciation Day in Douglas County. The agenda begins, and we will begin with our agenda items. Clerk, Madam Clerk, would you please begin with those items, please?
Okay, thank you, Chairman. Number 6, under grants, approval to accept the sponsorship agreement with AWS in the amount of $76,500 with no required match for projects that include the purchase of computer lab equipment, outdoor exercise equipment, and raised garden beds for the Fairburn Road Senior Center, and the purchase of outdoor solar benches for Selman Library, amend the budget, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Consuela Gilchrist.
Thank you. Good morning, Madam Chair, members of the board, county administration.
Good morning.
I bring before you this morning a sponsorship agreement with AWS. As our clerk stated, it is for $76,500. There is no match, and as she also stated, is to purchase computer lab equipment and outdoor exercise equipment, raised garden beds for the Fairburn Road Senior Center, and solar benches for the Selman Library once that building is completely renovated.
Okay. Any questions for our Managing Director, Dr. Gilchrist? Any questions? All right. Thank you,
Thank
Dr.
you.
Gilchrist. Thank you. Madam
Number
Clerk?
7, authorization for chairman to sign physical designation form for the Family Connections Partnership Grant at Douglas Corps for the state fiscal year 2027, July 1st, 2026 through June 30th, 2027, pending final legal review. Jill Hobson.
Good morning. Each year, the county agrees to be the fiscal agent for the Georgia Family Connections. Our local office is Douglas Corps, and we would, this is the authorization to be the fiscal agent for the fiscal year 27, which is July 1 through June 30 of 27, sorry.
Okay. Any questions for our manager, Jill Hobson? Any questions, board? All right, thank you.
Okay, we'll move on to our business items. Number 8, approval for the Douglas County Sheriff's Office to enter into a 5-year equipment lease with Lease Servicing Center, Inc. doing business as NCL Government Capital through Sourcewell Contract 092424-NCL in the amount not to exceed $250,000 per year, first year to be funded by Sheriff's Office budget for the Sheriff's Office back-end computer infrastructure, including the disaster recovery backup system, network, storage system, and server system, 50 vehicle computers, routers, monitors, and all associated equipment and installation, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Chief Deputy Connor.
Morning.
Good morning.
So,
Good morning.
this is a lease. If you recall, we did the same thing about 5 years ago. We did a lease purchase for the computers in the cars, the brackets that hold them in the cars, and all the laptops and the cameras and everything. There's about 50 cars that are on the old system it's defunct. It's not, that company sold to another company, and then they just don't make it anymore. But we've still been running it because we have the software, but it's getting to the point when they die, we've got to replace them anyway. This money was put in our pact for this year for the first year payment. We don't anticipate it being $250,000 a year, but we put it. We expect it to be about $220,000, $230,000, but the prices are so volatile right now that they're only giving us 2-week quotes. So that's our projected cost for it, and I believe that procurement has made contact with this particular company. Last time we used SunTrust, and they no longer do it, from my understanding, because of the equipment. They wanted some more collateral, like a fire truck, something more tangible than just equipment and vehicles. So they've spoken with them. Anthony Choice has, and they're willing to do it, from my understanding, with this contract.
Okay. Any questions, board? Okay. Commissioner Kenneth Jones, you have the floor.
I just, the only thing I have a question on is the first year it's funded by the Sheriff's Office budget. What's the proposed funding source for years 2 through 5?
It would have to be budgeted in our general budget for next year.
I guess, do you have that wiggle room in your budget currently then to continue in your existing budget, or are you going to be asking for an increase to your budget?
Kenneth Jones.
Sorry. The communications was fussing at me because I didn't have my mic down. So you were saying that it's in your budget for this year. Next year, are you guys going to need an increase to your budget to cover this, or are you going to be able to stay within your existing budget without an increase to be able to afford this?
Yes, so the funding for this year was put into the PACs. It was additional to our general budget. So therefore, it would have to be a reoccurring cost, and it would have to be worked into the budget. Instead of a one-time fee, it would be spread out over, is it 5 years, I believe? So
Do you know what the annual cost will be?
we're estimating less than $250,000 a year. The existing lease, we were, I can't remember exactly what the amount was, but we'd run this lease for about 5 years before it ran out, and we went a year or so without it. So,
And so you guys would just need, you will be asking for an additional $250 every year on your,
yes, for this particular item, yes, we would.
thank you. Madam Chair, you're back.
Okay, thank you so much. Commissioner Kenneth Jones. Commissioner Mitchell?
Yes. So you're thinking it's going to be less than $250 annually at the cost-wise when it comes to this, based on all the cars, or is this based on just a few cars this time around with the adjustment that you spoke of earlier?
We anticipate it to be less because we budgeted it just a little high because of the volatility of the prices and how long it's going to take to secure the loan and get all that processing done, because they're only giving us 2-week quotes. So this lease has probably got 20 or maybe 20 vendors.
Yeah, about
10 vendors. So it's not like Dell where you're going in and you're buying all this. There's 10 different vendors that we grouped into this one lease, and I believe they're all on state contracts. So just depending on how long it takes to secure it. Right. I think when we did these last set of quotes, what was it, around 220, but depending on how long it takes them to process this lease and get it in when the work session and everything, that we project a little higher.
And this is the leasing of the equipment that goes inside the car, the computers and all that good stuff, I think, what you said.
Yes, sir.
Right.
And it's also the, no, that's on the other one. Yes, it's the dash cameras, the brackets, the keyboards, the cables, the installation, and the computers and everything that goes inside these 50 cars that are outdated.
Also some back-end server infrastructure.
You got server stuff in there too? Okay, that stores the
Backup system.
And that includes the maintenance and all that kind of good stuff down the road when we kind of have to come back for some additional money. It's all in that 250. If I'm
Yeah, and kind of going off what Commissioner Jones said. So this was in our budget up until this year, and it was taken because we had the lease ongoing, and it was determined last year that the lease had run out, and so this year that money wasn't put in there, but it was put into the PAC. So it didn't go back in the lease line item, it went into the PAC line item. So that money that was for the old lease that was there has been taken but given over here. So
Right.
if you really look at it, it's just a little bit more than what we were getting from prior.
So that's why there probably is not a need to make any budget adjustments, other than in the future to move that money back over. Because I see the director of finance and looks like procurement kind of have a few comments that they might want to just let me hear from these guys just for just a quick moment. They always look like they was trying to rush the mic, so I didn't want them to.
Good morning, Madam Chair.
Turn that
Commissioners,
microphone towards you. so
County
that-
Administration.
Okay,
Y'all hear me
yes.
now?
Yes,
Okay.
much better.
Commissioners, the total budget line item was 1.4 million, split up between the two sheriff offices that you all approved. Starting next year, and to address Commissioner Kenneth Jones' concern, only about 400,000 of that will be recurring. That's split in between these two line items. We will eliminate 1 million of it because it's not recurring,
Okay.
okay? And that's what Deputy Chief was alluding to, the recurring part actually ran out the previous year. The entire thing they had to put in PAC C because we always start a budget at base level, eliminating non-recurring expenses in a conservative manner. And so, yeah, it will actually save about $1 million from the 1.7 for 2027.
Now that you say that, I remember that whole conversation again, though. Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you for that insight. Procuring?
Just wanted to kind of reiterate what Chief was saying. Good morning, Madam Chair, Commissioners, County Administration. Just wanted to reiterate what Chief was saying. This actual lease is with NCL, which is a part of Sourcewell. And so based upon the numbers that we currently have, the lease will be about $238,000 a year. So it will be less than the $250, but it's based upon the numbers we have now. So if they come in with lower numbers, of course, the lease agreement will be lower. But we do have NCL who is prepared to finance this for us out front, and we just pay for it over a 5-year period.
Understood. Okay. Thank you.
I wanted to mention one more thing. Out of that 1.4 that Director O'Shea talked about, the million was where we bought the body cameras up front,
Right.
saved $700,000, I believe it was, for buying it all up front.
Okay. Okay. I remember. Okay. Thank you. And with that being stated, I appreciate it, and I yield back, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you so much, Commissioner Mitchell. Madam Clerk, the next item.
Number 9,
Chief Deputy.
approval for Douglas County Sheriff's Office to initiate a 5-year lease agreement with Dell Cambridge Computer for computer equipment in the estimated amount of $137,028.78 per year. First year to be funded by Sheriff's Office budget, to refresh all laptops and desktops at the Douglas County Sheriff's Office, which are all outdated, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Chief Deputy Connor.
So this particular this item is for the desktops and laptops inside the sheriff's office. Does it include any servers or anything on this one? Okay. So the current ones that we have are 6 years old, and they were on a lease just like this one that expired last year. So we went a year without being with any fees for the computers, and it's time to get back and refresh them. And they're running slow. They're, things are taking a lot more space now than they did before. There's a lot of video evidence that we store and have to process and have to keep up with the current Windows versions.
Any questions for Chief Deputy Connors? Any questions? All right. Thank you, Chief.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. Madam Clerk?
Number 10, approval of an employment contract with William Henderson as an Assistant Public Defender for State Court to fill a vacant position already approved in the budget, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Public Defender, oops.
Hey, good morning. My name is Kayla Quarles. I'm one of the assistant public defenders. Ms. Miles is out, so she asked me to come and stand in her place for this.
You
But-
have the floor, Ms. Kim.
Yes, thank you. Yes, we have talked to Mr. Henderson, and we are waiting for final approval with HR. But I do believe he has cleared legal so far, so we're just waiting on final approval for his candidacy. I believe that it's already been budgeted and all of that.
Okay. Any questions? Board, do you have any questions? All right, thank you.
Thank
for
you.
coming in. Sherry, did you get her name?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, you have a name. Okay, thank you.
Number 11, approval to execute a fiscal year 2026 budget letter from the Department of Family and Children's Services in accordance with the approved budget amount of $75,000, $6,250 per month, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Jill Hobson.
Hello again.
Hello.
We have, each year, the county budgets funding for the Department of Family and Children's Services. For the 26 calendar year, it was $75,000. We have a letter that needs to go to DHS, just stating that needs to be signed. That's
Okay.
it.
Any questions, board, regarding this letter for DH? Yep,
Thank you.
DHS, thank you so much, manager. All right, I yield the floor back.
Okay. Number 12, approval to renew an annual agreement with CBM Atlanta in the amount of $89,070.84 for janitorial services at Douglas County Courthouse to be funded by the Building Services budget, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Stephanie Morgan.
Good morning.
Good morning.
This is just a request to renew the annual agreement with CBM for janitorial services here at the courthouse. It will be through the remainder of this year and with the option to renew for 2027, and then it will go out for bids for 2028.
Okay. Any questions, board? Okay, Commissioner Mitchell?
So this is just the completion of this year, this 8970?
That's for total for the year.
Oh, total for the year, okay,
Yes,
okay. 'Cause I was
yes.
gonna say, like, that was interesting to see it. Okay, so this is for the entire year?
Yes.
But the contract ends at the end of this year, and they'll renew sometime?
With the option to renew,
Renew, right.
yes, in
Got it.
2027.
Got it, okay, all right. All right, and did we ever work on trying to pool these vendors together and try to, okay. Procurement director is kind of making his way, yeah, because,
I was sliding down.
okay,
Yes, sir. We are doing that now. We are actually looking at putting together one complete RFP that will take care of all of our locations. Deputy Director Ross is working on that now, compiling all that information. She has received all of our locations from Mark Dean, who is a part of Managing Director Worthington's group. And so we have all the buildings now. We're looking at all of the square footage as well as this building. And so what we're looking at is putting together an RFP that has about 2-3 different sections on it. So we'll have Parks and Rec, I think, has quite a few buildings. And so we'll put all of theirs in one slot and put everything else in another slot, including the courthouse. And so what we'll do is we'll look at the difference between combining them with one or maybe possibly having 2 contracts versus having the multiple. So we are on it. Yes, sir.
got it. And how soon, kind of, where are we in timeline?
If I can go to the end and come back, we're hoping to have an RFP out, have it evaluated, and brought before you all before the budget is approved. That way the departments can be, understand what portion of the budget they will be required to make sure they have for the cleaning services.
Great.
So we're looking at a July timeframe of issuing the RFP, August of the evaluation. So I think the budget timeline is in there as well. So we're hoping to have it ready for the departments by then.
Okay, good. Thank you. I appreciate that.
Yes, sir.
And that was my only question to add, to kind of see kind of where are we with that whole timeline and that potentially grouping everybody together.
Yes, sir.
To hopefully find a savings. Now, there may not be a savings, so it might end up being that we need to continue it the way we're doing it.
True.
But
True.
we'll once we find that out, then we'll know.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. I yield back.
Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Kenneth Jones, you have the floor.
This is probably for you too, Director Choice. I just want to make sure in this timeline, are we accounting for each of these contracts if we have cancellation provisions that we need to meet to be able to get these contracts consolidated if it is a cost savings?
Yes, and what we've done is we've asked for all the renewals. The reason this one came up is because we needed some work to be done at the courthouse, and we realized we never renewed the contract. So we're renewing all the contracts based on the year, the calendar year. So everything should be going out this year, and so we have 60, I think most of them are 60-day termination agreements, and so we should have plenty of time.
Thank you. Madam Chair, yield back.
Okay, thank you so much, Commissioner Kenneth Jones. All right, any other questions? Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Director Morgan. All right.
Number 13, approval of an agreement with ACCG to update the county administration services agreement for the 457B deferred compensation retirement plan to reflect the revised fee schedule for participants effective July 1st, 2026, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Paula McGee.
As you all can tell, I'm not Danielle Nichols. I'm filling in for her today. So good morning, Board of Commissioners and County Administration. So with ACCG, they are revising their administrative services agreement for the 457B plan, as has been mentioned. This goes into effect July 1st of 2026. And the revised change is adding 3 new tranches for larger jurisdictions whose plans total range from $50 million to over $100 million. And so ACCG is required to advise all jurisdictions of this change at least 120 days prior to the effective date. And so the revised agreement reflects the addition of the tranches. And there will be no additional cost to the county. I know that was probably one of the first questions you had. Now, participants will have some quarterly administrative fees, as with any investment type plan. It will increase slightly, but it's based on the individual balances.
Okay, any questions for our Deputy Director McGee?
So
You have the floor.
you kind of answered the question that we were going to definitely be trying to ask. So, but, so more or less the cost, if there's any additional cost, will be associated with the individual, that plan with the individual who happened to have that plan or
Yes.
associated with that plan, that, what is it, 457B plan?
B, right, correct. Mhm.
And that increase or decrease would come on their side as an employee?
Correct. Yes, the county would not bear any of that.
Got it, okay.
Mhm.
All right, thank you. All right, I
Yes.
yield back.
Okay, thank you so much, Commissioner Mitchell. Any other questions? All right, thank you so much, Deputy Director.
Number
Thank
four-
you.
Excuse me. Number 14, approval of an agreement with Accuracy Commercial Cleaning Services for the cleaning services of Boundary Waters Aquatic Center in the amount of $16,120 to be funded by the Parks and Recreation Department's budget, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Chad Griffin.
Good morning, Chairman, Board of Commissioners, and County Administration. This is a contract with Accuracy Commercial Cleaning to clean the Aquatic Center, the locker rooms, pool deck, lobby, and lobby restrooms in our gym for the remainder of the year, 4 times a month. So, you know, we just did that big renovation at the Aquatic Center. We'll make sure we're keeping it clean and getting the specialized cleaning done at the Aquatic Center.
Okay, thank you so much. Any questions, Board? No questions. All right, thank you, Director Griffin. Thank you. You have
Number
the floor.
15, approval of an agreement with S&L Integrated for the purchase of installation of annotated monitors for Superior Court Number 4 in the amount of $24,846.58 to be funded by the Superior Court Judge's budget, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending legal review. Justin Riggs. I do not
He's
see
not
him
here.
in here.
Okay, well,
Move on.
we'll go on to the next item, and hopefully he'll be here in a minute.
Would you like for us to email him and ask him to come in?
Please email him, but we're going to move on to the next item.
Number 16, approval to renew and an agreement with Snyder Geospatial Q Public in the amount of $27,718.20 to be funded by the Board of Assessors budget, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Steve Balfour.
Good morning, Madam Chair, Commissioners, County Administration. This is regarding Q Public. This is our renewal of our annual contract. They provide us with online appeal for services and all data that's displayed, maps to the public. And this is our annual renewal.
Okay. Any questions, board? Okay. No questions. Thank you so much.
Number 17, approval to renew printing and mailing of 2026 Notice of Assessments Agreement with Harris Print and Mail in the amount not to exceed $45,000 to be funded by the Board of Assessors budget, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Steve Balfour.
This is our assessment notices to print and mail. The amount should not exceed 45. We, for context, last year the total was 40,000 for mailing 56,000 notices, and we will be using them to send our notices this year. And just for public awareness, our notices may change again this year. So Department of Revenue is reviewing current notices, and if it's signed, the new bill, we're going to have a few changes coming.
Any questions for our chief appraiser? Commissioner Mitchell, you have the floor.
Can you speak to those potential changes? Or I know it hadn't passed through the House or the Senate, whichever way, wherever it is now, I guess, or.
In general, the last year they introduced the rollback rate,
right?
And we had to do preliminary rollback estimates, etc. They may be repealing that law, so it may change. But as you know, it's not final until it's signed into law, and that would change. That would make the notices a lot more simple.
Right. So the last time we did this, we did all these notification inserts and all that other good stuff.
Exactly.
Go ahead.
So this may adjust our the bill too with Harris Print, because we had an additional page that we may not need this year.
Okay. So I think that might be a good.
In my opinion, it's good.
Yeah.
But it's wait and see with the House bills.
Right. Yes. And again, it's not law, but I was just curious to know, because I haven't been following that particular bill. So that's why I was just curious to know what were the changes, because I know we had a fire drill on the last round,
Exactly.
And we got there, which was really good with the help of staff and you guys and the tax commissioner and others. So, but okay, all right. So I guess now I'll pay attention to that particular bill. Now.
Yes, there are about 45 bills that are being discussed as we speak.
Got it. Okay. Thank you very much. I yield back, Madam Chair.
Okay, thank you so much, Commissioner Mitchell. Any other questions? All right.
Okay. Approval to renew a professional services contract with Appraisal Pro Solution, LLC, for appraisal consulting at $56 per hour to be funded from the existing appraisal department's budget, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Steve Balfour.
And this is for Appraisal Pro Solution, who is playing an integral role with our analytics and the Tyler. She works with the Tyler system. I would consider an expert, and we're working with Appraisal Pro Solution, and would like to renew this agreement.
Okay. Any questions? Okay, Commissioner Kenneth Jones, you have the floor.
Just one. I know that they're an expert. Is this a potential position that you would want somebody to be permanent and full-time for, or is this standard or customary to always just have
It would be, initially, we had advertised for a permanent position, which we could not get. And as a result of that, we went this route.
Yeah.
And so I guess, is it your long-term goal or solution to find somebody that's permanent and would have intimate knowledge of Douglas County, or are you fine with operating on this contractual agreement?
I am flexible. Ideally, it would be, I would prefer one on contract, but this is an alternate method to get the services.
Thank you, Madam Chair. You'll back.
Okay, thank you. Commissioner Kenneth Jones. All right. If there are no more questions, thank you so much, Chief Appraiser.
Thank you.
Okay.
Chairman, we're going to go back to number 15, approval of an agreement with S&L Integrated for the purchase and installation of annotated monitors in the Superior Courtroom Number 4 in the amount of $24,846.58 to be funded by the Superior Court Judge's budget, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending legal review. Justin Riggs.
Good morning, Board. My apologies for the delay. Last December, we got a grant to fund annotated monitors in the other 3 Superior courtrooms. We weren't necessarily sure what was going to happen with Superior Courtroom 4, so we asked for the amount of the budget, the money. My apologies, I'm catching my breath. So we asked for the money in Judge Kiger's new startup budget to cover that. So we're just asking for the board to sign or approval.
Okay. Any questions, board? Okay. No questions.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. All right, Madam Clerk.
Okay, we'll go back to number 19 now. Approval of a 2026 task orders with Atlantic Coast Consulting totaling $61,800 to be funded by the department's budget. These are required EPD 2026-1 groundwater monitoring and reporting June events, 2026 2 remaining capacity reports, 2026-3 groundwater monitoring and reporting December event, 2026 4 annual storm water reporting, 2026 5-year permit review, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Heath Cowart.
Good morning, Madam Chair, Commissioners, County Administration. Hey, so yeah, as she said, this is a yearly request, and it's to be in compliance with EPD, state, federal regulations for testing, monitoring. This is what we have to do. So, any further questions?
Okay.
All right.
Board of Commissioners, we have any questions? No questions. Okay.
Number 20, approval of rate changes for transfer station refuse from $59 to $60 per ton, and construction and demolition materials from $78 to $80 per ton due to the penny retirement and the nickel to follow, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Heath Cowart.
Hey, good morning again. So, yeah, we've had, ever since they did away with the penny, we have been bringing in pennies. We've been holding them. We've been rationing them out the best as possible, hoarding them if we get a whole bunch of them, but they're gone. We can't get any more. So how do we deal with this problem of giving back the correct change to our customers? And this is the best answer we can come up with. So any questions?
Any questions, board?
Madam Chair, this will appear as a form of a resolution to go from the $59 to the $60 a ton, and so that will be in your packets for tomorrow.
Okay. All right.
All right, thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Director Cowart. Thank you.
Okay. Number 21, approval of the implementation of $100 per patient EMS response fee for assessed and treated non-transport patients with no impact to the county's budget, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Chief Allen.
Good morning, Madam Chair,
Good morning.
Commissioners, County Administration. So within the fire department, we're looking at wanting to add a $100 emergency response fee assessed for treating non-transport patients. The fee is designed strictly as a cost recovery mechanism to offset consumable for EMS supplies and pharmaceuticals utilized during patient care.
Any questions, board? Chief, I just had one for you. This $100 is, when you looked at your consumables, is that on an average of what we're losing in terms of, charges, or is not even there? But could you come up to the mic, Deputy Chief, and just answer the question?
Good morning.
For me?
Just we had a couple of things that we had jotted down. Glucagon, which is routinely given with a non-transport, is $250. Cardiac arrest, we average about $500 in consumables. So $100 is a little bit of a cost recovery, but it's certainly not everything. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am.
I just wanted to make that clarity for, so our citizens.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Okay. Any other questions? Commissioner Mitchell, you have the floor.
Yeah, so, we tackled this, wasn't it a year ago or something? Right. Come to the mic, I guess. So, but with that, and we left, I don't recall exactly, we ended up not doing this because of the cost to the citizens.
Correct.
And now we're back trying to say that we're incurring a huge cost. However, there's no way to kind of get back that $500 or $250, depending upon the situation that you guys are dealing with. What other counties that we compared this to that does this, and kind of what are their numbers ranging from?
So a lot of your ambulance companies, a lot of your counties are run by private ambulance, and so they push transport in order to be able to recoup those costs. For Douglas County, we look at it more of what is the best care for the patient. We're not trying to transport patients that don't want to go. We can provide care on scene. Off the top of my head, the cab charges a fee. I think it's $156 or $158. I'd have to get back with you on some other counties. But like I said, most of them that are served by private ambulance companies, they're looking to get the $500 to $700 on the low end, up to $1,700 to $2,000 for the transport. So a lot of them don't even offer for patients to be able to be left on scene because they want that reimbursement.
And wouldn't that sort of take a potential patient thinking about a cost? He or she may end up saying, well, I don't want to be transported. I don't even want you to mess with me. So I can avoid a $100 fee, yet along $500 for an ambulance type visit. Transport. And I guess what I don't want to see is, I want to make sure that we are concerned about that patient versus the cost that he or she is trying to avoid.
Absolutely. The MAH program, which you guys approved in 2024, has been phenomenal. And that's funded by our general fund, or through our operational fund, I should say. But that's been huge. There is a subsection of our population that uses us for access to primary care. And that MAH program has been invaluable. So this program should help with some cost recovery for the patients that aren't transported. But overall, when someone calls 911 in the county, you're going to get an ambulance. If you can, pay, not pay, you're going to get an ambulance.
Great.
Absolutely.
And how would you apply this particular cost?
So it would only be occurred if there was a patient assessment or intervention. We do run lift assist for the elderly when they fall out of bed, need assistance getting back up. Those patients will not receive any type of fee. That's part of what we do. We're just trying to recover the consumables that are used when we provide assessment and intervention.
Got it. And that's when that particular $100 fee, if this passes, that's when that would be charged to that individual.
Correct.
And again, the collection side of that happens how? Would it be coming from you guys collecting this, or us trying to collect this, or is it a collection agency that kind of jumps in and collects for you guys if this passes?
We'll use our EMSMC, which is our new billing company that bills for our transports. The same company would send these notices out.
Got it. Okay. All righty, thank you. And I yield back.
Okay. Deputy Chief, just one more question from that coding side.
Yes.
So this is part of a coding, the coding, the
Yes.
ICD-10
And I actually wrote it down because I figured you might ask me. It's
Okay.
A0998. The insurance companies just haven't caught up yet. There are codes for these services. Medicaid does provide reimbursement. We have heard that some larger insurance companies do, but then our new billing department said that they do not. So right now, we're just looking at Medicaid. But it's kind of like AI, where medicine has progressed before everything is in place. So eventually, you're going to see this to be able to be recouped through insurance companies. It's just taking time. Yep.
Okay. All right, thank you. Any other questions, board? All right. Madam Clerk?
Number 22, approval of a new medical director agreement with Dr. Brett Cannon, resultant of solicitation 26-004, in the amount of $104,400 annually to be funded by the fire department budget, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Chief Allen.
So we went through the process to look for a new medical director, and this is the results where we've actually found one.
Okay. Any questions, board? No questions?
Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much.
Okay. Number 23.
Deputy Chief and Chief, thank you.
Number 23, approval of a contract modification with Allen Smith Consulting, Inc. for the SPLOST 2022 Fairburn Road Senior Center project for $37,800 and extend the contract through 12/30/2026, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Julia Janko.
Good morning, Madam Chair, Commissioners, County Administration. This is simply, as y'all are aware, that the Fairburn Senior Road Senior Citizen Project, had multiple delays, and consequently, we will have that project wrapped up and ready for beginning the transition into it by June of this summer. However, Allen Smith Consulting is the oversight group that does the CBD, community-based, CBDG grant, and they require having to be able to validate 320 citizens using the facility, and they're asking for a 6-month extension to be able to do that once the facility is up and running, to verify that it has met the requirements of the grant. Simply recovering that. I did add a 20% contingency in this just in case we had any other additional delays, so I do not have to come back to the board and ask for more money again.
Okay, any questions for our Director Janko? Any questions? Okay, Commissioner Mitchell?
I'm just trying to, help me understand it again now. This $37,800 is spent because,
The CBDG grant requires a separate grant oversight authority.
right?
And that's what Allen Smith is, and that's how they manage the execution of the grant. And this project is funded by 3 different funding sources: SPLOST, ARPA, and CBDG. And that money is then required to be, it's not just a matter of administrating the grant, is that they have to verify the funds are being expended and used as intended within the grant program.
And we speaking of all the funds, SPLOST, CBD.
It's a collective thing that they
okay.
oversight
Correct.
on our behalf.
Okay.
And then for this piece is they have, one of the conditions of giving us the grant was having 320 citizens being proven that they are actually using or benefiting from the program. And we won't be able to quantify or qualify that until after the facility opens in
right,
June.
right.
So we give them a 6-month window to be able to show that.
Got it. Okay. And what's the timing of this? Is it?
Essentially, we're just extending the grant or this process through the end of the year.
Got it. Because we should be opening somewhere in June.
Yes, sir.
Of 2020. Okay, got it. Okay, thank you. All right, I yield back.
Thank you so much, Commissioner Mitchell. All right, if there are no questions, we're going to move on to the next item.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, Director Janko.
Number 24, approval to renew yearly maintenance and subscription agreement with Converge One for the protection of Douglas County BOC digital networking infrastructure in the amount of $104,538 to be funded by the Information Services Department budget, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Elliott Bugs.
Good morning, Madam Chair, Commissioners, Administration. This is for our yearly antivirus and firewall protection renewal. Just need a signature to go ahead and do it for this year. It's already in our budget already for this year.
Okay, any questions? All right.
Number 25, approval of a service agreement modification with Tyler Munis for the current Munis BL and Central Property Agreement Module Implementation Project in the amount of $53,547, $27,900 one-time fee, $25,647 yearly fee, to be funded by general fund from general appropriations designated for countywide system upgrades, augmentation, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Elliott Buggs.
Good morning again. This is for our Tyler Munis project we have currently going on. It's an additional module for the business license. They were previously using Camino for their business license, but not using it anymore. So it's just an addition to what we already have in place for Munis.
Okay. Any questions, board? Okay, Commissioner Kenner Jones.
How many years, or is it an auto, it's annual contract and then auto renew after that?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. No other questions.
Okay. Any other questions? All right. Next item.
Okay. Number 26, approval of a service agreement modification with Tyler Munis for the current Munis Conversions Agreement Module Implementation Project in the amount of $98,400 to be funded by general fund from general appropriations designated for countywide systems upgrades, augmentation, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Elliott Buggs.
Yes, this portion here is for the conversions. The vendor is requiring us to put this in place for just conversions. If they do something that's already compatible, we won't get charged for it, but it's just a fee that's set out to not exceed the prices down there.
Okay. Any questions, board or director? All right.
Okay. 27, approval of a service agreement modification with Tyler Munis for the current Munis Employee Expense Reimbursement Module Implementation Project in the amount of $17,927, $13,500 one-time fee, $4,427 yearly fee, to be funded in general fund from general appropriations designated for countywide systems upgrades, augmentation, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Elliott Buggs.
This one is for addition to the EER module. Just an extra module we needed to add to the Munis project for the employee expense reimbursement program.
Okay. Any questions, board, regarding that? Commissioner Mitchell?
So I guess probably for the county manager, but you might, is all this already budgeted for and accounted for?
It is.
Okay, okay. All right, because we're just kind of rattling off all these numbers and all that. I just want to make sure that in the budget somewhere, we've accounted for all of this.
It's been placed in general appropriations. That They anticipated a number of these changes last year.
And I guess, will this be ongoing, that we'll actually now place this within his budget moving forward? Or I guess we'll have that conversation during budget season?
Yeah, well, I mean, some of it, again, you're seeing one-time setup fees, but then you're seeing these recurring annual costs of the module, which we'll have to incorporate going forward.
Right.
Okay, so that's the plan, though, I guess?
Yes.
Okay, thank you. Because I want to just make sure we're
And
planning on.
they're only two because these signatures to move forward with them.
Understood.
Yes.
Thank you, sir.
Yes, sir.
Oh, I yield back.
Okay, thank you so much. Any other questions? You have the floor,
Okay.
Madam Clerk.
Number 28, approval of a service agreement modification with New Horizon for e-fax services in the amount of $699 to be funded by the Informational Services Department budget, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Elliott Buggs.
This is for a modification of our e-fax. Right now, we're currently paying about $3,500 a month for e-fax for legacy equipment, but with the upgrade to the new equipment, the price go down to $699 per month. But in order to move forward this, I need a signature to say we can change the
Any questions, board? All right. We heard the word savings. All right. Madam Clerk.
Okay, number 29, approval to renew yearly agreement with Presidio for Rubric Microsoft Office 365 Backups Renewals 2026 for the Douglas County Board of Commissioners Digital Networking Infrastructure in the amount of $65,592.27 to be funded by the Informational Services Department budget, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Elliot Buggs.
This is for the yearly renewal of our O365 cloud backups. It goes year to year, so we're bringing it up to get signature for approval for this year, sorry.
Okay. Any questions for Director Buggs? Okay, no questions.
All right. Yeah, have a good day.
All right, you too.
And number 30, approval of a master lease agreement with the City of Douglasville for rental of event space at the Douglasville Conference Center through December 31st, 2026, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review.
Good morning, Madam Chair, Board of Commissioners, County Administration. This is our annual agreement with the City of Douglasville for the use of the conference center space. Typically, we do this in January or December, but because of the conference center being closed and being remodeled, we're bringing this agreement. This is the same agreement that we've done every year. This allows us to be able to move forward without coming to the board for every event, because sometimes time gets in the way and able to do that. So we're bringing just the master agreement that has already been looked at by our attorney as well as the City of Douglasville's attorney, and we've used it in the past.
Okay, any questions, board? All right, thank you so much.
Okay.
Next item.
Okay. Number 31, approval of a letter to U.S. senators and representatives to request support for the Bipartisan Bridges and Safety Infrastructure for Community Success Basics Act, H.R. 7437. This bipartisan bill will make significant improvements to federal transportation programs to help Douglas County access formula funding for crucial transportation projects, and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Tiffany Stewart Stanley.
Thank you. So we've been asked by the National Association of Counties to join in with the other 3,068 counties in petitioning and sending information to our congressional delegates regarding the BASICS Act, which is the Bridges and Safety Infrastructure for Community Success Act. And what the basis of this act is just mostly diverting funding from federal transportation programs more to our state and local governments and our regional planning commissions. It also furthers some of the significant portions of the Infrastructure and Investment Jobs Act, continuing those things to make sure that our local bridges and our local roads are receiving the funding that they need to receive. This is in line with our state legislative priority of long-term transportation funding mechanisms that says Douglas County supports the creation of a long-term sustainable transportation funding mechanism that provides counties with predictable and adequate resources to maintain local road and bridge infrastructure. And it also is in compliance with our strategic plan, which one of our objectives is to improve and modernize transportation infrastructure under the priority mobility. So we're just asking for permission for this letter to be sent to our congressional delegation to make sure that we have the adequate funding to support our bridges and local infrastructure. As we know, we do maintain 700 miles of roads and 92 bridges. So I'll yield.
Okay, any questions, board? All right, thank you. No questions.
Okay. Number 32 will be appointment of Angela O'Neill to the Douglasville Douglas County Water and Sewer Authority Board effective April 3rd, 2026. Then number 33 will be appointment of Larry Toney to the Planning and Zoning Board to fulfill the term of previous member. Let me see. 34 is approval of a revised committee policy and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review.
I do have a question.
Okay.
On behalf of,
You have the floor.
thank you. On behalf of Commissioner Raxton, are these appointments district-specific appointments? I think the Planning and Zoning Board one is, but.
It is.
They both are, yes, ma'am.
So District 1 commissioners here, that's for the Water and Sewer Authority.
No. District, the appointment to Larry Tooney
Is District 3.
District 3. District the appointment of the Water and Sewer Authority is an appointment that comes about every 4 years. A letter comes from the Water and Sewer Authority to myself and the clerk, so we can refill. It's posted for 2 weeks, and I believe you said she's the only person that applied.
And we can discuss this further if we go.
Yeah, and then we have a.
That one is fine.
Okay.
Yeah, that one is fine.
She's
For,
fine.
for
Okay.
Commissioner Raxton, do I need to, I guess this is a question for legal, make a motion to suspend the rules to defer this item?
Can you repeat that? I'm sorry.
For number 33, Commissioner Raxton would like to be here because it's a district-specific appointment. So, but I missed that one when I asked to have the other item deferred. So can I make a motion to defer that now, or do I need to suspend the rules and then?
It'll go on new business tomorrow. Anyway, it won't be on consent. So tomorrow, you can just do a motion at that time to move it to the the March 30th agenda.
Thank you. Madam Chair, you're back.
Okay. Madam Clerk, it was one item that you had added earlier from the
Yes,
beginning.
ma'am.
Do you want to read that one?
Yes, ma'am, I will. Was there any questions regarding the number 34? None?
No.
Okay. Let's see. 35, we deferred to the next meeting. We added, which would be number 36, authorization to enter into a recruitment services agreement with Phaedon International, Inc. to conduct a search to identify a transportation manager for the Douglas County Department of Transportation up to the amount of $25,000 and authorize the chairman to sign all related documents pending final legal review. Paula McGee.
Hello again. I do want to make one change, which I wasn't able to tell you about. Since we submitted this, the amount is up to $20,000 instead of $25,000.
Okay.
But basically, we have been seeking a transportation manager for several months with no luck. And they do have very specific skill sets, and it's been difficult for us to fill. So we did reach out to a recruiter specializing in these areas, and for them to provide us with a candidate pool. It doesn't mean that we still won't identify someone on our own and not incur these fees, but should we find a candidate through them, we would incur those fees. And it's a one-time fee. And we do have things in the contract that would allow us to get monies back in the event that a candidate is not successful up to a certain time period.
Okay. Any questions, board? All right. No questions, Deputy Director.
Next on our agenda is approval of expenses. The approval of Commissioner Martin Raxton's reimbursable expenses for the month of February 2026 in the amount of $200, and that's a local expense.
Okay. 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 All right. No questions about that. Okay. Commissioner Mitchell, you have a question?
And this probably for legal. Number 34, going backwards, back to the item, the approval of the committee policy. Is that policy is what the additional things that's been added to the committee structure? Or I'm just trying to clarify what is that though?
It is. Did you guys receive a copy of the draft? Clerk is saying yes. You guys are saying no.
It's in your Dropbox and Portal.
Oh, gotcha.
But the answer to your question is yes, but I certainly would encourage you guys to review it so that if you have any questions and it's not something for which we'll get consent, we need to have that conversation so it can be moved.
Well, let's not put it on the consent agenda, but I'll go and look.
Okay.
So I guess,
Move to business.
yeah, so should we wait and have this, so we can, I don't know, if it looks like everybody may not have looked at that though, to verify that. Should we pull it off and wait till the next meeting so we can all get a chance to really take a hard look at that? Or should we discuss it tomorrow and decide?
So I think that will need to be deferred to your colleagues on whether they're ready or
Are
if
you
they
guys
need more
ready for
time.
whatever that number 34 is?
I have a sneaking suspicion that Commissioner Raxton will probably have input on that as well, so I would join you in deferring that to the March 30th meeting so that they can be here.
So we'll treat it like the other one. It will not go on consent, and then the motion can be made along with that other item.
Right.
To move it.
Okay.
Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you. So we'll do that tomorrow.
Or I'm so sorry. This is work session. We can just take it off. It just won't
Right.
appear
Yeah.
tomorrow.
Okay.
It just won't appear
So to
tomorrow.
be.
So can we do that for 34 and for,
It'll be 34, 35, and 33.
3, right.
34, 35, or 33, 34, and 35?
Okay. Any other discussion, board, before I tap on the shoulders of our county attorney? Okay. If we don't have any other discussion, Board of Commissioners, first of all, attorney, do we need to go into executive session?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Board of Commissioners, and certainly, let me just pivot back just a second to the citizens. Please, if you could bear with us, the Board of Commissioners and I will be engaging in an executive session, so we will take a slight pause for the calls, and we will return once I call for the motion momentarily. Board of Commissioners, do we have a motion to move into executive session to discuss litigation, personnel, real estate, and cybersecurity? Do we have a motion?
So moved.
We have a motion. Do we have a second? Second. We have a motion and a second. Any discussion, board? We have a motion and a second. Please prepare to cast your votes. Mine didn't, Sherry, mine didn't pop up. It just didn't.
We can, Chairman, if yours was a yes, we can.
It's a yes. Okay, it just didn't come up. Okay, we have a 3-0 vote, and the motion carries with no opposition. And Board of Commissioners, I will see you all upstairs. And citizens, again, your patience is highly appreciated. Thank you.